I've just started. I just pressed record because I figured you'd be here soon. I'm not going to say anything in case you include this. I guess you probably just cut out the quiet bits. Maybe I'll stop this recording. Oh, no. This could be our best episode yet. Although I guess I'll have to say something at some point. I've just sent you a message. Oh, tech issue. I sent a message to Lee saying, ready? Question mark. And then nothing. And then tech issue. Hang on. It's been like a series of tech issues for Lee Miller. You think after, I don't know how many episodes it is, 280? 75? I don't know. But you think he would have sorted those out. I mean, I'm not judging the man, but because, things like that happen. I wonder if he's panicking or he's like just super cool about it. I hated, it was kind of interesting as a performer, sort of interesting tech issues because you sort of just went, okay, this is going on. But I didn't like it as a choreographer when something technical would go wrong because I always put it down to, I just says so much about how much of an asshole I am, but down to human error, which of course wasn't always. I wonder if this one's human error. Still got tech issues. I mean, I've got plenty of things to talk about. Oh, wait, he's calling me. This is a podcast in which two friends talk about the pleasures, absurdities, and imperfections of being human. I'm Simon Ellis.
And I'm Lee Miller. Welcome to Midlifing.
You'd have to cut off the first 3 minutes of my Were you
monologuing?
No, not really. I was just saying quiet, and then I started to think about tech issues once you texted me. But no, I wasn't monologuing. No. So we shouldn't even talk about it now because it'll just be weird because it won't exist anyway.
Or will it?
It's out of my control, that's for sure. It's in your capable hands, Lee Miller. Capable editing hands. Do you think you're a better editor than you were however many years ago we started? 5 years ago, Lee Miller.
Oh my gosh, I'm quicker.
Oh, quicker? That's
not sure so better in terms of productive. So yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure I'm better as in the quality of my choices.
Do you not think so?
Who knows?
You must be able to take in a lot of information more quickly and get a feel for rhythm and all those things that they will contribute to the quickness, right?
Yeah, but I also think that we are better at talking.
You just hope so, because we could hardly string a sentence together.
There was a lot of cutting around things.
Yes. Do you think I just need to? We're just so listeners, all 7 of you know, we're pre-recording a couple of these, so I'm not quite sure when this one's coming out. But just to let you know that it's a Saturday. It's very hot, and I've just watched the women's Wimbledon final.
Was it good?
So it was won by a scoreline 6-love, 6-love.
Yeah, I am so...
Do you know what that means?
Sport... no, not a clue. I'm so sport illiterate. I don't know. 6-love... Sounds nice. Is it friendly? Is it like a draw?
Yeah, it's very similar to a draw. It's being... we used to call it giving someone the bicycle, or they call it a double bagel now, a 0 and 0. So the person did as badly as you could possibly do in a Wimbledon final.
Oh, poor sausage.
I know, the tension was, the pressure was too much, and then just the tears it was just heartbreaking. It was, and I just had that, I remember, I think I was beaten twice, 6-0, 6-0 in my, let's call it career. And one of them in particular was, and I remember the feeling at the beginning of not going, I can't handle this. And then towards the end about the fear of losing by that score, like in your head, the stuff that's going on. And here, then that was in, the middle of a shitty little New Zealand town. Here, this is the final of Wimbledon. Oh, it was heart-wrenchingly difficult to watch, and I can just imagine how small the ball felt for her, and just everything, just horrible.
Well, if this unnamed and probably unknown, because I don't think tennis or Wimbledon is very popular, I don't think people have heard about it, but should this unknown and unnamed tennis player ever find themselves listening to this podcast at some point, I want them to know, I support and see you. You are valid, you're vital, you are vibrant, and it's just a game.
I love that. Her name's Amanda Aminasova, something like that, an American. And
okay.
Aminasova, yeah. I'd watched her play once before, but anyway, we don't. It's not a sports podcast, but it was just, and it did make me think a lot about pressure and just the way in which your perception of the world is shifted and distorted and wrenched all over the place just because of your perception of something, or your imagined perception of something. Really, it's not the reality, it's the thing you're dreaming and imagining. It's horrible and amazing. Yeah,
I don't know that I don't know if I've got anything particularly helpful to say about that.
I think you just said it to her.
Well, there we go. Good. I'm glad that was potentially valuable.
Hey, I wanted to ask you something, Lee Miller. I mean, do we need to catch up first?
Ask away. I don't think we've.
Good. How are you doing?
I don't think we've anything to catch up. Well, I mean, I'm okay. I caught up with a listener recently, and I was having a conversation with her, and I kept telling her things that have happened in my life, and she went, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I listened to your podcast. I was like, shit. What's even the point at this point of having conversations?
I've had people who are friends stop listening because they felt like our friendship had become one-directional.
Oh, I quite
one-sided.
love that. Yeah, it's like, why do I know so much about you and you know nothing about me?
Exactly. They felt like it was uneven relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Anyway, so yeah, caught up, blah, blah, blah.
Great.
You've got something to ask me.
I have something to ask you. And it's, where do you stand on, I'm going to talk about, I want to ask you about censorship. And I know, it's just something happened, and it really made me second guess myself. And I'd be curious to hear if you have a sort of general thought, and then I can go into the weeds a little bit of the specific example.
So when I was young, I was very interested. You were sweet, man. When I was younger, I was very interested, and I think as people probably know, in horror films. And I read quite a lot of what I now realise were zines.
It's like you mean you're not interested in them now?
What I mean is that I think they were
They're a hobby.
Yeah, there was something that I was paying a lot of attention
to.
Like
knitting now, basically.
Like knitting now, yes. I would go into comic shops in Manchester, and I would pick up these fan-produced zines. I guess they would be blogs now. People would,
I think
have
zines.
blogs.
I think physical zines they're quite the thing, aren't they? So I imagine they've made quite the comeback.
Absolutely, they are now. Yeah. But these were, so there was a particular one that I loved reading, which I called at the time Samhain, but I now know, of course, that it would be pronounced Samhain, because it's the Celtic festival that sort of aligns itself, or the timing was borrowed by Halloween.
Was that that was the name of the zine?
The name of the zine was I called it Samhain. Samhain. And it was a hobbyist thing, and there were lots and lots and lots. I would also read Fangoria and Starburst and Starlog and those kinds of things. They were more mainstream about horror and sci-fi.
I was having a six love moment then. So can you give me a sense of how old you were? Like 12, 13, like teenager or a bit younger?
Yeah, 12, 13.
So
I remember
quintessential finding your thing you're into and going for it.
Yeah, exactly. And I carried on reading them. I carried on reading Samhain until on and off until probably I was
June 2024.
19. No. Probably about 19 or 20. So it was, it was in my life for a while. And this was the kind of writing which would be defending horror as a genre. Remember that genres are not all equal in the eyes of film critics. And
sure. Or any art form, there are all those hierarchies always.
Yeah. Absolutely. And horror is up probably nearly always at the bottom. I think
really lower than rom-coms, or really?
I think so. Yeah.
Really? I would have thought
probably
maybe then, but now, really? Has a rom-com ever won an Academy Award?
That's a good question, actually. Yeah, no, you might be right. Anyway,
go.
There's certainly a sense. Also, I think you don't have rom-coms that are as low budget as you can have horror. So
the idea of the B movie, isn't it? It's kind of a horror thing, like like Peter Jackson cut his teeth on
Brain Dead.
Yeah, B horrors. I don't know, what do you call it? Is that right?
Yeah. Schlock.
Yeah.
There's a really amazing American filmmaker from the 60s called Herschel Gordon Lewis. HGL, and he made films like Blood Feast, and they were filmed in Technicolor, and the blood was like almost orange. It was so red, and they are so preposterous. So it's like the lowest of the low. I did a lot of reading when I was a kid about effectively defending the genre, and often defending the genre from calls for censorship. There was a big thing in the early 1980s called the video nasty debate. So there were films like MS-45, I Spit on Your Grave, Evil Dead got caught up in this.
There's a film called I Spit on Your Grave.
Yeah, it's a very famous rape revenge film.
Oof.
Yeah, it's a harrowing watch. Cannibal Ferox. There's like quite a lot of films are on this. On this list of banned VHS,
Sorry, can I just... Did I ever tell you that my brother said he would want to spit on my grave? Did I ever tell you that?
No, we are going to have to unpack that right now,
Not
Simon.
now. No. Go back to your story. It's.
My story can wait, Simon.
Out of the fallout over my mother's estate, my brother said something like, I think the words were like, "You fucking petty prick, I'm going to spit on your grave." Oh no, I think he said piss. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I don't want to be liable. I don't want to be liable.
Wow.
Yeah, upset.
Oh.
Upset. Not the nicest thing to say to someone.
Sweetheart.
It's okay. It hurt and it was hard, but it's so okay.
Do you have a relationship with him yet?
I've tried a couple of times.
And that's it? Access denied from him?
Yeah, access denied, exactly. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I think my family's good with, as they say, intransigence.
I mean, I think you know that my mum hasn't spoken to her brother since he was 21, and she's 83.
Yeah.
So... families are really fucking weird, and
but we digress.
Are really fucking weird.
Oh, it's so yeah.
I say that as a person who's on the outside looking in.
Yeah. It's very complex. It's complex. It's complex in terms. We should go back to horror, but it is complex in terms of the thing that I would say is the patterns you recognize that start so early. And that you don't know what it is that's being cultivated and reinforced at such a young age, in the way in which extreme situations, death, but not also that, but also getting towards the end of your life or in the middle stage of your life, when the way in which we experience pressure and anxiety and all those things. So it's like a perfect storm of leading up to. Imagine saying that to anyone, let alone someone in your family. I mean, I don't imagine ever. I can't imagine the context of the people I despise in the world, and none come to mind. I can think about it, but no, I don't think I'd ever want that, and also to put it in an email or whatever it was. Amazing. Whether it's justified or not, because we don't even have to talk about whether what I did or didn't do was justified that kind of statement.
Yeah,
I tell you what, it wasn't what I did. It wasn't that I didn't buy some really expensive boxer shorts and not gift him.
Yes, you texted and said that you. So did you buy a pair, and did you go with white or blue?
Oh, not white. I can't. The idea of me buying white, because skid marks. Nah.
Is it really skid marks, Simon? Because if it is, you need to either address your diet or how you're wiping your bum.
I used to wear white underwear as a teenager. No, I just think white stuff. No, I'm not going to spend that much money. Yeah, and even the blue was just too light for me. I'd much rather a darker blue.
Oh, but that dark blue is that light blue. It's lovely on the skin. I love them.
Yeah. Anyway,
maybe. Yeah. I almost want to I just want to. This is terrible, but I do want to hang around with skid marks for a minute.
I'm sure you do. I can't believe I brought it up. We've gone from pissing.
No, there's a whole thing.
Okay. We are going to find our way back to censorship.
I'll get back.
Censorship.
Yeah.
But also, we've got to do it quite quickly.
Okay, yeah. But there's a whole thing that goes on the internet about women asking for advice about men who have become their partners, who have become sort of absorbed by the manosphere, who are being told by internet mavens not to wipe their arse because it's beta.
It's what?
Like beta, as in not alpha, which of course is the worst thing you can possibly be, according to the manosphere. And so only betas wipe shit off their arse.
Just in case we had any
alphas,
concerns that the internet was, somehow, I don't know, like
a fetid cesspool of nonsense.
Oh my goodness me.
Can you believe that there are people in the world, men, fully grown human men, holding down jobs, who have shit caked in between their arse cheeks because somebody has said that's a manly thing to do? If you put your hand near your bumhole, you must love butt sex, you must be gay. It's like, I'm so sorry none of that follows at all. Even if you, nothing about that.
I mean, I guess if you're in a
sense
country where they have B-days, I think it's okay. Like, I think I could, that's okay.
Yeah, just to be clear, that all of the people who are writing are in America. Well, let's be honest, the idea of washing your arse is anathema. Most of the world knows the only sensible way to clean your arse is with water. I said this to somebody once who was like, "Oh, you."
We're not getting back to censorship, are we?
We're getting back to it. It's fine. I was talking about having a bum host pipe in Lisbon and saying that I just loved it and I missed it when I was in England. We've had this conversation about bum house pipes before. We know this. And they said, "Oh, why would you need that? You've got toilet paper." And I just got so cross. I went, if you got dog shit on your hands, would you just wipe it off with a paper towel? No, that's disgusting. It's like, yeah, well, your arse is disgusting as well. Get a fucking washcloth on it. Anyway, that's a separate issue. I've gone off the topic. Censorship, reading things, video nasties, early 1980s. There was a
censorship
lot
of
horror films. There's a lot of this thing called the video nasties debate, sort of Daily Mail, Sun, all of those kinds of people doing that whole. Oh, these are corrupting children.
Wait, we started this podcast to you saying, "I think we've got better at talking." I think Exhibit A, Your Honour, I'm presenting evidence to the contrary. Right now, I'm speaking evidence to the contrary. But please continue.
Fasting forward. So I spent a lot of time thinking about censorship when I was a kid and thinking that it was wrong. And the older I get, the more I gravitate towards an understanding of the need for censorship. There we go. So that's where I become more
Is that a thing about? Yeah. Oh, go on. Say, please finish the.
No. Just I think that's I guess where I become more the closest I become to being right wing is that idea of calling for a tighter control of what is said. But it goes back, I think, to that idea that in a tolerant society we have to be intolerant of intolerance, and that's where censorship lies for me. I don't really want cultural product to be censored. I think it should be able to speak for itself and live in the world and be openly critiqued and debated and discussed. And I pretty much mean that on all fronts. But when we start to talk about full-throated, open hate speech, I'm really happy for things to be censored.
The context is about this is a bit work-oriented, but I think it's interesting to talk about, and that is. This is money. This is, let's say, funding that comes from UK funding bodies, academic funding, which potentially involves people who are making, as you put it, cultural product. And of course, you probably know this, but the right-wing press in this country, they basically have, effectively, I guess whatever the right-wing press version of Google Alerts, which is looking for particular key terms and key words. So so if anyone's titling their cultural product, which has been funded by government organisations, and it has particular words that are that are basically dog whistling, you might say, the right-wing press. It puts pressure on because by and large, we're talking about quite a conservative country, and people don't like that kind of cultural product. I'm just going to call it, I don't know, I'll use the word woke. Let's just call it that as a crass shorthand, right? And by drumming up kind of anti people who are not into that, it puts pressure on the government to do something about that funding. So the government effectively is a kind of a circular thing going on there. Work is made which is titled in a particular way. It's grabbed by the right-wing press, who then beat that drum, and the government starts to feel pressure and then starts to ask questions of the funding body, right? And so my question in that situation is, if the funding body said to you, could you just stop and think a little bit about your title? Let's just say the title. Forget about what it is that you're doing. Just do whatever you want, but just the way you're naming it, because that's how it's found by the press, right?
Yeah.
Is that a kind of censorship which also, again, might in the short or long term reduce the amount of funding for that kind of cultural product? Which we could talk about the right and wrong of that. Right, but this is a different thing, and so this is a very kind of nuanced moment of, let's say, of potential censorship, and I wonder where you stand on that. It's nothing to do with hate speech. It's kind of like the other way around, you might say. Does it make sense? As if I've kind of been clear about that?
Yeah, no, you've been really clear. It makes lots of sense, and this is impacted in one of the institutions that Bob is affiliated with but doesn't work with, around a PhD studentship that is funded in a particular sort of a way by a particular sort of something called a doctoral training partnership. And as you say, it has a title that is quote unquote woke.
It has an ism. It has an ism in the title, probably. Yeah. I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well, I think actually it's
especially if it's colonialism.
This particular project I'm thinking about was platforming and supporting an LGBTQIA+ safe space.
Okay.
Because of course we don't need safe spaces.
We don't want people to feel safe.
No, exactly. We want people to live in constant fucking terror all the time. Anyway, so it's something that Bob and I have talked about a lot recently, because the question that Bob brought home, and again, this is not one of her students; it's in an institution that she's affiliated with through this.
Yeah, so anyone who's listening who's trying to put connect the dots, you just can't do it. There's no way.
Well,
actually, you probably could.
I'm not. You probably could, and I'm not being coy here. I'm just sort of, what I'm saying is, this was something that Bob wasn't involved with directly,
Yeah.
but the conversation, and also bearing in mind that the conversation is public because the Telegraph and the Sun have published about this particular project in a really aggressive manner.
Yeah.
And
I know
the
stuff. I know that. I'm familiar with the not that project in particular, but those articles.
Yeah. And what we were talking about when Bob brought it home was the lack of care or concern or thought from the journalist about what impact that would have on the person whose research it was.
Yeah, but
just no concern that was but when you, I know you laugh, but if you spend your time,
I know,
like
I'm laughing
we
because
all do,
yeah.
Working with PhD students, we know what stress and pressure we're under. We know that they are like over 50% risk of dropout rates. Questions around self-harm and the potential for ending their own life are really quite acute in a university context. I don't mean our universities. I mean UK,
and also
HEIs.
just I'm going to say we've had 2 suicides in our cohort.
Yeah.
So it's this. These are not abstractions you're talking about.
No, this is a real concern about. Absolutely. Likewise, it terrifies me. How do we support, particularly when we're working in a field such as the arts, and it's not even like focus on a particular type of art practice, but the arts does have a tendency to
welcome. Sorry, go on.
Well, no, it's not about welcoming. It's about conflating autoethnographic or autobiographic material. And I'm not. I know you sort of have a bit of a problem with that sometimes.
No, I don't. But it's just that getting into because the danger is that we're dropping into the kind of academic. Because I agree that the distinction is really important. Anyway, sorry. Please finish.
But I also think that what we need. We need to sort of. You've asked the question about what I would do, because I'm going to give an answer that might not surprise you, but I'm going to give an answer that is surprising me. Because my major concern is the PhD students that I support, or that Bob is supporting, that you are supporting, those kinds of narratives. I do not want them to be exposed. I do not want them to be threatened. I do not want them to be harangued or in any way, shape, or form made to feel that they have to speak to or defend the value of their research beyond exactly what is intrinsic in a doctoral project, which is to defend and speak to the value of research. As in, how does this function in the generation of knowledge that contributes to something for project humanity?
Which just for listeners not familiar with that world, which is the purpose of a PhD, regardless of the discipline, regardless of the field, it's making some kind of contribution to understanding.
Yeah. So it means that when you ask the question, how do I feel about the idea of maybe changing the language? I'm okay. I'm okay with it. Because I don't want the breadcrumbs leading back to a particular individual that could expose them in a way that leaves them unsafe. And if changing the language that is visible might put a veil of confidence around the project, who gives a shit what it's called?
Yeah, so that's it's really because actually when I was thinking about it, I thought I don't know where you would stand on this. Although I also appreciate that your understanding of these things in relation to funding is increasingly, I'll say, nuanced, but also pragmatic. But my perspective, no, I mean I really mean that. I really mean that. But my perspective was when I was thinking about it, I thought actually the thing that I would be worried about, certainly in this case, we're not necessarily just talking about PhD students, but let's say, but I also what I would be thinking about also is in a landscape which is increasingly tight financially and precarious, that the idea that you would then somehow make the pool smaller for people after you or for other people, to me there's a sort of it's a gentle act of generosity to go, the title doesn't matter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did we just agreed? I think we might have just agreed. Bye.